Hey guys, Shannon Smith here with Shannon Smith Shooting here at Universal Shooting Academy. Get a little practice in. We have the single stack nationals coming up this weekend. As always, never get as much practice as we would like, but getting in what I can get in. A lot of matches publish stages ahead of time, and oftentimes people pour over them on the internet or printed out copies or whatever. And I used to be the same. I'm going to shoot this target from here, and I draw diagrams out on the paper, and you really get away from that over the years. Number one, the big match kind of, not pressure, but aura about it kind of wears off, and you're not as intimidated by going to a big match as you once were. Not to say you're not nervous, because I certainly still am at the big ones. But the biggest reason is oftentimes the stages don't look anything like what they look like on paper, and it's a waste of time. Probably not a total waste of the exercise in the beginning years, but as you get older in the sport, I think guys tend to get away from it. I do, however, still look at the stages for a couple of reasons. I'm looking for anything weird that I can practice. Like if there's a lot of strong hand or weak hand, if there's a lot of unloaded starts, if you got to drag something or hold a door open while you shoot with one hand, or weird things like that you can at least get a couple of reps on the range, so you're not seeing it for the first time at the match. The single stack nationals, if you've been there, or if you've ever been to Barry, they always have the standard stage, and this year no different. This year it's 3 targets and there's 3 strings. All 7-second par time. They have the turning target system there, so pneumatic turning targets. So it's a visual start and I guess a visual ending signal as well. I don't have that here, so we simply set up 3 targets. The first string is 35 yards, 7 seconds, 2 rounds per freestyle. The second string is 20 yards, 2 rounds per freestyle, mandatory reload, 2 rounds per strong hand only. And the third string is 15 yards, 2 rounds per weak hand only. I've shot this a few times out here over the last week or so when I had time to practice, and again, you know what you're going to get when you get there. I've seen it a bunch of times. The 35-yard string is no problem in getting the rounds off. It's just a matter of maintaining your fundamentals, trying to get some semblance of good points there. The middle string is the tough one. 2 rounds freestyle, 2 rounds strong hand on a 7-second par with a reload is pretty tight. I'm definitely pushing it. Those of you that have trained with me, I definitely do not have time for the preferred sight picture and trigger pull at that distance. So I'm dropping it down a level of acceptability in my fundamentals, because that's what's required to get the rounds off. If you were way off the pace, I don't know, maybe C or certainly a D class shooter, and you're just not going to get the rounds off, smart play would be take the first 6 rounds, get best A's you can get, and don't worry about trying to get to the strong hand portion of it. So it wouldn't be a bad strategy. Obviously at the pro level, we don't have a choice. We've got to get them off and just trying to maintain hits. Then the third string, weak hand only, again, not a problem getting them off. It's just about trying to get some good fundamentals there and making the points count. So I'll run the first one here, and then I'm going to cut the video, run the others together, see if I can splice some semblance of a video together for you. So 35 yards, 2 rounds per from surrender. Stand by. So that was completed in 570, so a little bit of time to spare. Second string, 2 rounds freestyle, reload, 2 rounds strong hand only. Stand by. Definite questionable hits there for 20 yards. That was finished. Last string, 2 rounds each, weak hand only. Stand by. .602, so that's pretty good time. All right, down here at the targets now. Got 1 off on the first target, 8 on there. 2, 4, 6, 7, and 1 off on this target. So 2 misses is down 10, because it's fixed time score. You don't get a missed penalty, you just don't get the points. So that's down 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. So 25 down, max score is 120. is 95 points. All right, so 95 points. That's about on par with what I'm running, maybe a little bit on the high side. Just out here today, I've run 88 was the worst, and a 100 was the best. So I've run it 5 or 6 times. So it's a good all-around drill, just for the sake of shooting. You're working your speedy draws, your speedy reloads, obviously working your fundamentals. Sorry for the rifle shooting over there if you can hear it. And when you're going to a match like single stack, or I'll work it a lot for production too. If it's not a gun that you shoot very often, I shot a similar drill on the IDPA match. I'm not going to get a lot of matches under my belt practicing for the single stack nationals. So it's a good all-around drill for practice because it kind of works all the elements, and at least you're getting some decent fundamentals. Making sure the gun's sighted in and hitting where you want it to hit it and that kind of thing. So if you're going to the match, I'll see you there. If not, try this drill out at home. It's a great drill to practice. I'm going to load up and do it again. See you on the range.